Your very being longs to be home in your natural state. Sahaja is your natural state. All beings come to rest here in the heart of hearts itself. It is your place. Welcome home. Home.
सहजा सहजा सबका है, सहजा में राम समाए, सहजा में मुझे समाए। अरे जब मन अपना सहज हो जासी, अरे जब मन अपना सहज हो जासी, तब राम सहजे ही घर पासी, तब राम सहजे ही घर पासी। अरे राम भी तू ही, श्याम भी तू ही, भाई राम भी तू ही, श्याम भी तू ही, हाँ मुझे भी तू ही, रमना भी तू ही, मुझे भी तू ही, रमना भी तू ही। कभी कृष्णा बन के रास रचाए, कभी नानक बन के साच की हाट लगाए, कभी नानक बन के साच की हाट लगाए, कभी मुझे बन के प्रेम बरसाए, कभी रमना बन के चुप रह जाए, कभी रमना बन के चुप रह जाए। सत्संगत में आजा प्यारे, सत्संग में आजा प्यारे, सत्संग में आजा प्यारे। खुल जाएंगे, खुल जाएंगे, खुल जाएंगे, खुल जाएंगे घूंघट के पट सारे, घूंघट के पट सारे। अरे सहजा भरा आनंद से हाँ जी, हाँ जी। अरे सहजा भरा आनंद से, अरे सहजा भरा आनंद से, अरे सहजे आके जाना मेरे भाई, अरे सहजे आके जाना मेरे भाई, सब घट में ही मुझे समाये, सब घट में ही मुझे समाये। अरे सहजा में है मुझे जी का बसा, जो जन आवे रहे ना प्यासा, अरे सहजा में है गुरु जी का वासा, जो जन आवे रहे ना प्यासा। अमृत धारा सहजा में बहती, अमृत धारा सहजा में बहती, सत्संग की बरखा दिन रात रहती, सत्संग की बरखा दिन रात रहती। अरे सहजा सहजा सबको है, सहजा में राम समाये, सहजा में मुझे समाये। अरे जब मन अपना सहज हो जासी, तब राम, तब राम, तब राम सहजे ही घर पासी, तब मुझे, तब गुरुजी, तब गुरुजी सहजे ही मन पासी, तब गुरुजी सहजे ही घर पासी। अजी सहजा सहजा सबका है, सहजा सहजा सबका है, सहजा में राम समाये, सहजा में राम समाये, सहजा में मोजी समाये, सहजा में मोजी समाये।
All beings come to rest here, in the heart of hearts itself. It is your place. Welcome home.
हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि केशव हरि गोविंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि केशव हरि गोविंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि ओम 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 हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। आओ रे आना रे गोकुल के प्यारे। आओ रे जी रे सहजा के प्यारे। आओ रे नाचो रे रास रचाओ रे। आओ रे नाचो रे रास रचाओ रे। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि केशव हरि गोविंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि केशव हरि गोविंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा कृष्ण नारायण हरि ओम। Hari Sundar Nanda Mukunda Krishna Narayan Hari Om. Hari Om, 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 Krishna Narayan 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 Hari Om. How can we meet the Sadguru?
No one can meet the Sadguru. The Sadguru is the inmost self. It is the supreme being, and it alone exists. It is the Sadguru himself who plants the seed inside each and every heart, this deep longing to find him. But in order to find him, you must yourself disappear. And in your absence, he reveals himself. This is the ultimate truth. Oh, what a great mystery, what a great paradox. But I wonder, for whom?
Satguru hai, 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 Satpurush अकेला, Satguru hai, Satpurush अकेला, पिंड ब्रह्मांड के बाहर मेला, पिंड ब्रह्मांड के बाहर मेला, सतगुरु है, सतगुरु है, सतगुरु है, सतगुरु है, सतगुरु है, सतगुरु है। ऊंचा दूर ते दूर ऊंचते ऊंचा दूर ते दूर ऊंचते ऊंचा बाट न घाट गली नहीं ऊंचा गली नहीं ऊंचा बाट न घाट गली नहीं ऊंचा
Satguru hai, Satguru hai,
सतगुरु है
Thank you, my dear. Namaste, everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang this evening. Sadhguru Shimoji Ji ki Jai. I'm back. So then we were on this story about
Father, we cannot hear you, Father.
how we came. Okay, let's see if my settings can help. USB is fine. Can you hear now? Hello, hello.
Oh, no, it's only a problem on my end, Father. Please continue.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah, all good, all good.
So like this, someone came and said, "Can you tell me the way to MG Road in Bangalore?" And I said, "Go straight on this road, and then you take a right, and you take a left, and you're on MG Road." Then we say, also to help, then we say, see, when you take the right, there's this big, pristine, white building, very clear, very beautiful. And when you take the left, you'll see this big space unused, nobody's using it. Then what happens? Then I expect that we just look like this, and we'll come to this destination, so-called seeming destination that we are talking about. But what happens many times is that first someone could feel like they're being misguided. They say, oh, but when I spoke to that other one, they said first the space will come and then the building will come. So can we discuss that? So I say, go and check what comes. No, no, but that one seemed more credible than you. Okay, I might be wrong, but can we go and check? Then I say, no, no, but I bought a map also, which actually says that it's like this. There is no space, yeah, or there is no building like this. Then what happens is that we start collecting. So around this sense of getting direction, then we start collecting because others start feeling, oh, some. Then say, what do you want? Oh, MG Road. I know, I know, I know. First, go left from here, then you will find this very, very beautiful restaurant, you know, and you go and eat at that restaurant. You see what I'm getting at? The point is that we get so stuck in the ways to get there and what it must look like and what is the right way and what is the wrong way and who's saying what. Is this the truth or is that the truth? That we refuse to go and see for ourselves. This is the seeker identity. Yeah. It is looking. You're saying, I'm looking for the pen. Can you tell me what it's like? And I say, it's blue in color and it's got a white cover on top. You see? What else is needed but to look for that which is blue in color and got a white cover? Yeah. So this, something starts enjoying the seeking itself. And the enjoyment of the seeking itself, the pretend seeker does such a terrible job of it. And it's the most transparent thing, you see. It can be seen through so easily. Something wants to make conclusions about what the pen looks like, wants to debate the color of the pen without actually finding it. It is not of great value to the best one who is looking for the truth. You don't need to become the best seeker. There is no awards, no medals for that. And then what happens? Unlike in the pen metaphor, unlike in when we are looking for some object, what do we do when we are looking for an object? We start looking. Okay, can I find this red color pen? So I go looking over here, looking over there, looking over here, looking over here. And the mind is used to and comfortable with this kind of looking. Yeah. It's used to this kind of looking, trying to find the best relationship, the best way to make money, the best way to take care of the body. Now it is trying to find the best way to become the best spiritual seeker. But what the mind cannot fathom is looking for that which is looking. How do you look for that which is looking? Where must it be? Where can I go to find it? And sometimes this conversation would be easier with children actually. You see, with little children it would be easier. Because must be right here, no? The one who's looking has been here. You're looking for the self, isn't it? Self-realization. That means what? That which has looked is now looking for itself. That which has looked for other things, and now is playing the good game of looking for itself. Where do we go to find this? Where do I go to find the I? It's very funny. And then and then we start fighting about what the I looks like. No, no, I don't look like this. I look like this. This is the true I. It's a sham, I tell you all this. The complete sham. Because sometimes the shame, yes, yes. Because if you're just open right now, there is no way that you can miss yourself. You exist or no? I'm not saying as what. Don't start debating. You exist or no? Who doesn't exist? Without putting the sense of as something, can you honestly, with integrity, say that you don't exist? Yeah, yeah, yes, yes. Yes, but even in to say I don't know, there must be I that doesn't know. Yes, I don't know. You didn't say Radha doesn't know. You said I don't know. See, you didn't say Azhar doesn't know. I don't know. Okay. So there's a sense that I exist. Even if I don't know as what do I exist. And it's very, very basic, very simple. There is nobody who does not know this. There is nobody who does not know this. And this knowingness itself, that is aware even of existence, is that which is the truth of what we are. It's very simple. I know that I exist. I am aware of my being. And then what happens? We clarify what the discovery was. We don't need to actually. But just maybe we need to. It's good to look at this question. Suppose we need to. Then we find that this I that knows even of existence, it looks like nothing. It looks like no thing. It's just the knowingness itself. You know that you are. And the minute we say, I am, it shows very clearly that I am. I find it very funny when sometimes someone will say, oh, but you're creating a dichotomy between awareness and being or awareness and consciousness. But I am, no? I itself is am. So where is the dichotomy? It's not somebody else who is am. It's the one self that is amming. It's true. It is the same I that is amming. It is nobody else. There is no dichotomy. It's just like saying that one day I took the Okay, let's take a nicer example. So, just because I'm eating an ice cream, does that mean there are two of me now? Because there's a functioning of eating of ice cream happening. You see? So this I, which is the absolute, the pristine one, is functioning as being, but it's still the same I, no? It's I am. Fascinating at all. It's very simple actually. Just this I is all I have ever known. I have not known anyone else except this I. He said, I went to sleep, I woke up, I had a dream. Even a child talks like this. Therefore, the truth we have always known. The truth of what we are, we've always known in reality. And the truth is here. And yes, yes. In this realm, in this realm, you will find that every expression in its complete contrast is available. So just like the voice of the voice of intuition, want to call it, is pointing us to that which is always true. Just in the same way, the voice which is the opposite of that voice is also available. You see? It's just saying, no, no, all of this don't believe because you are a person, everyone considers you to be a person. You see? This voice is also available. And for most of us, and for most of our lives, we've given a lot of authority, meaning, and belief to this voice, which has never ever got us this lasting sense of peace, lasting sense of joy, never got us lasting happiness. And I know this because otherwise you would not be here. I would not be here. So if, then why still we have allegiance to this one? So I say take this road, take the right, and then take the left. The voice will come and say go in the other direction, take the left and take the right. And you say I want to have both the directions. Yeah, and land up in the same place. When we say, oh, but the mind is also consciousness, what are we saying? Because the mind is nothing but this messaging. Nothing but this messaging. You see? So although it is made up, of course, of consciousness, it is not speaking the truth. And the best part is that we don't actually need to get anywhere at all. There is nowhere to go, nothing to get. You are here. We only suffer because we believe our thoughts. We only suffer because we believe our thoughts. And if I ask you, can you stop being now? You cannot. And you see that being is here. And when I ask you to check, are you aware now? You are. It's the same one that is aware even of being. What does this awareness look like? That it looks like nothing makes no sense to the mind. That awareness looks like nothing, for it to look like anything in the first place, you see, that makes no sense to the mind. That's why for many of us now it wants to paint some fancy picture. You want to make a word visual out of this awareness, which is completely unfathomable. You're just saying that for the first time ever, because traditionally I've not been very attracted to Krishnamurti's teachings, but for the first time ever I posted a quote by him, which is just so beautiful. We get so stuck in the description of this and that, and we start to believe that the directions are that to which they are pointing. Or maybe we start enjoying hearing the direction so much that we want to say, okay, but what if I took this? Where does this go? Does it take me out of Bangalore? Does it take me to Hosur? Does it take me to Chennai? Instead, can't we just look for ourselves? Even the maybe we can walk the door. No. You want to check on what that is? Yes? Okay, let me go and check what's going on. Someone sounds stuck somewhere. I need to give them direction. There is no door. It's just a noise. It's not. No, don't be quiet. goes. Upstairs. Oh, it can never be the truth. That which knows of your existence, what can we say about that one? Let's get straight to the heart of the matter. That which knows of your existence, what can we say about that one? Is it somebody apart from you? Are there two of you? Who knows that you exist? You need somebody else to describe for you this I that knows that you exist. Can any description do it justice? Any term? Just before satsang started, we were just saying that one in the Sangha was saying that maybe I'm just tired of hearing these terms also. Freedom, consciousness, awareness. Okay, we can lose them. We don't need actually. Because the truth you cannot lose. So actually I'm not showing you freedom. Nobody can show you freedom. I'm showing you that there never was any bondage except as an idea. Except as an idea believed in. I had an idea once when I was younger that one day I will be a songwriter for one big like rock band or something. It's not true. It's just an idea believed in. And once it's seen through, it's dropped. So if any of us still have the idea that I'm the seeker, I'm a person, I'm separate, I exist as something, then just like this idea of being a songwriter, this will also be dropped. But if you keep believing more and more ideas about it, then how will it be dropped? If you keep feeding yourself these ideas of personhood, I must drop my personhood. Do we need an idea to drop it? It's just like this. If I kept saying since then, 20, 30 years ago to now, every day I must not be buying the idea of being a songwriter. I must not buy the idea of the songwriter. I must not buy the idea of songwriter. It keeps the songwriter idea alive. I must not be a person. I must not be a person. I must not be a person. Keeps the sense of personhood alive. So let's use these as chemotherapy to remove this sense of personhood, not as vitamins that we are taking every day. I am not a person. I am not a person. I find no person when I look. Isn't that great? Sometimes I feel we got so jaded with what we are hearing that the fire is gone from it. I am not a person. I know I'm not a person. It is, yeah, but I'm not a person. Then what am I? Come on. What else do you need? You see, that's why I'm starting to realize the value that in India for many centuries actually this knowledge. You see? And when the Guru had this sense that okay, now you're ready to hear, you're not a person. And when it was told, it used to hit home. Yeah? Now because every day, Monday to Friday, we hear I'm not a person. I'm not a you just feel like, yeah, yeah, I know I'm not a person. What else you got? Let's keep it fresh. But seriously, I am not a person. What am I? What am I? What's going on here? Because this whole world seems to be designed for people. Everyone is asking my name and my form and what I want. But I have no name and no form and I don't want anything. Wow. Come on, you must see the great wonder in this. Everyone and everything says, what's your name? What do you want? Where did you live? Yeah. Where are your parents from? What do you want to do? What do you do for money? What about your relationship status? I have none of those in reality. Huh? Yeah, I have to work hard and make it up. I have none of those because I am not a person. And what am I? Just this much, with having no idea of what I am, is the end of suffering actually. You see? But what happens with us? Oh, I want to just make sure I'm not the person. I just want to not be the person. I want to not be the person. In that itself, we keep the person alive. What did it? Tomorrow, they say. Mhm. Yes. What is seen is that what does it mean when we say I'm not a person? We see that there is nobody because all suffering is personal. Can we really say there is impersonal suffering? Therefore, in the looking now, you will find that there is no person. Or you will claim some money from me. Don't go midway. Today, either you claim some money from me or you see that there is no person. You claiming money. Who is what is Prabha? Yeah. 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 So she says, how would you define what a person is and what do you mean by personal? Okay, very good. So I am is not personal. I just am. Being is just being. Now, the instant we attach something to the I am, it relies on the belief of my separate existence as a person. I am a man, I am a husband, I am spiritual, I am good. You see? Because no longer are we referring to I am as existence. That which exists is I am. We are now saying, we're not saying existence is good. When we say I am good, we're not saying God is good or existence is good. When I say I am a husband, you're not saying existence is a husband. You see? So that's why the question then is, who is the husband? You see? So anything that we attach using the power of our belief to this sense of existence itself, which is impersonal, is the play of being person. The picking up of more ideas about I am, the picking up of more lies about the I am is falling deeper into the personal conditioning, and the dropping of ideas about I am is the dissolution of conditioning. Is there a person being? The picking up of ideas about I am is going deeper into personal conditioning, and the dissolution of ideas about I am is the dissolution of conditioning. So this being, is it being personally? Is there anything personal about it? Which means, is it Prabha's being? Is it Azhar's being or Prabha's being? Is there a sense of individuality about it? Does a child, before he gets to use the language, have the sense that this being that is here belongs to this name and form? Or it is just experienced as this sense of existence? It doesn't matter what your name could be. It doesn't matter what form there is. It doesn't matter whether this body is 40 years old or 10 years old or 20 years old. The sense of existence has been the same. It's not aging. Just being. So now, after the break, I'm feeling like when a question comes, I'm going to first ask what the question is for. So let's clarify our intent about what the question is for. And if it is just to point to that which is true, then it's very welcome. You felt that being as itself is personal.
Go on, can I ask?
You can ask also, just one sec, let me ask what he was asking. Give him the mic. There's someone sitting on the hot seat for so long. And everyone else is asking besides him.
Okay, so the intent of to ask this question is to clarify my own understanding, the experiential understanding, not the mental understanding.
Okay, so
and to dive further into the inquiry.
Very good. So when you experience this sense of presence or existence, what is personal about it?
It's not like, it's not personal means in that way. I am referring from a different perspective, that the sense I exist.
But you know which perspective I'm coming from.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Okay. Then tell me again what the intent of the question was.
To look further into the inquiry of who I am.
Yes, but we've gone further than that, and we're saying, both of us are saying that when we find this sense of existence, this sense of presence, we don't find anything personal there.
But I said that there is some element of that, in the sense that it still has some sort of separation. And the separation is the sense that I exist feels separate from the existence. And this knowledge that I exist separates the perceiver from that which is being perceived.
Slowly. So this sense that I exist, how is it separate from existence?
Yeah, the same way as the perceiver is separate from that which is being perceived.
What is the boundary of the separation? What separates the sense of existence from existence itself? At which point does the sense of existence stop and existence start? Where is this sense of existence not present? Can there be a present without this presence? I'm not playing with words. You see? Where is the boundary of this sense of existence? That now I can say, over here, there is only existence, there is no sense of existing. This is very good that we are looking at this together. Because if you look with me now, you will see that all that exists is actually encompassed in this sense of presence, not outside of it. So try to find the boundary of the sense of presence, sense of existence. Where does it seem from? What are the dimensions of it? Where does it start and stop? What is inside it and outside it?
It seems like
Yeah,
I lost you a bit. So
okay, I can repeat a little bit. We are looking for this boundary of sense of existence. Where does it start? Where does it end? What is inside it that it feels like existence? What is outside of it, which is outside the sense of existence? Because from here it all seems like
Father, hi. We're just hearing. I think something needs to be reset on your end because we're just hearing one word constantly, just saying all. Something's gone berserk here.
Now, it's back. We're not using the mic now, we're just using the laptop mic. So when we look at this sense of existence, we don't find any of this. And it's not like knowingness is looking at this sense of existence and saying, like this is just mental imagery. It's much subtler than that. It's just a knowingness, even of existence, without any sense of separation. So we were looking together at whether there is something outside this sense of existence. Is there really a subject-object relationship here? And what are the boundaries of the subject then? Where does the object start? But even this question actually is at a higher level than even what I was saying. Because what I was saying very simply is that I don't exist as Ananta and you don't exist as Azar. Isn't that itself so wonderful? Before we can get into the perceiver and perceived and the subject and object and whether consciousness is separate from the appearance, which cannot be, I feel you know that. But even before all of this contemplation, just to see that there is no Ananta, there is no Azar. Isn't there a great wonder about this?
Yeah, but there seems to be a
Say loudly. Yeah.
yeah, so there seems to be a like a struggle between the recognition and to leave the recognition.
Struggle between the recognition and to leave,
To recognize the truth and to leave the truth.
to live, I see. To recognize the truth. What is the truth which is recognized?
That there is no separate entity present.
There is no separate entity. Very good. So to see there is no separate entity, that is recognized. Then who is left to live the truth?
Like it seems a challenge in our life. Daily life.
Yes, but we saw that no separate entity exists. Therefore, challenge is for who?
Yeah, but we saw it. We saw it when our eyes were closed and we were sitting in that kind of meditative
Yes.
state.
So when our eyes open, does someone come? entity comes still. Therefore, the seeming also a consciousness that tries to live the truths. We must leave that one. Leave that one. It is not in service to the truth. The one that is trying to live the truth, leave that one. The one that tries, God does not try. The one that is trying must already be the idea of a person. But the recognition was what? Every time the recognition happens, you don't find. And not something even so great. Of course, it just becomes so obvious for most of us. There is nobody. We recognize that the truth is that there is nobody. Now that nobody wants to live the truth.
No, it's not like that. It's like when you go out into the world, then the identification.
Who goes out into the world? We recognize that there was nobody. Okay, nobody, still nobody, still nobody. And then my feet leave the door or they leave the building. Now there is somebody.
Identification with somebody comes up.
Identification comes. And yet, for whom does the identification arise? Is that one struggling? It's very similar to what Radha has been asking. You see, is that one getting worried? Oh, I better not leave this midway. I better come to full freedom. You know, I'm leaving my thoughts again. You know, all this belongs to who? God is saying, or that still pretend somebody is saying.
It's like when consciousness lives into an identified state, then it feels uncomfortable.
Who's bothered about it? Consciousness is.
Yes, who else is?
Okay, so God is concerned about freedom. What does it have to do with you? In this now, admit you are who? So if God is concerned about his freedom, what is it to you? Say, I am God. What is it to you? Only God must be concerned about freedom. Then who are you?
I'm not in the picture.
Then who's speaking now? If you don't exist, are you just not in this frame or you don't exist at all? What I mean by that is, one is the camera angle is this way, so you're looking for the truth, so you don't find. But is it that when the camera will turn now, there will be one Azhar which comes in? Hello. Is it like that? Or it's just this pretend voice? Just this pretend voice? Just this voice, isn't it? So like this we see. Because you said something very beautiful. Okay, so who's concerned even about freedom must be only God, because only God is. Therefore you are what? Why do you not say it? Because you feel it's very arrogant. But to say that I can separate myself and be an individual entity which is separate from God is not arrogance.
Father, it's not like just to live. It's like the separation is like a experience when the identification is happening strong.
Even when identification happens, what separation happens?
Like for example, the constriction in the consciousness as like more I am moving in this way as
Is the construction outside of I am, or it's still, even this is encompassed within it? Is there anything happening outside of God that we can say separation happened? Separation would mean separate from God. So if a sense of constriction comes energetically, or some pain comes, or some sensation comes, so what? Is it outside of God? That now it became separate from God? That there became an I which was separate from God?
so the experience of constriction does not imply separation.
It does not imply separation. It's just an idea of separation. So imagine if the separation could actually happen. Then who's going to give the glue for it to go, be stuck back? Nothing can do it. If God said, I will separate myself, and nothing can put it back together. And all of this Advaita is a sham. Just the idea of separation has been believed in. That's all. And it uses evidence like energetic constriction, like thoughts, like suffering in this world, all of that to enforce this idea that I am separate.
Other, if the consciousness which is experienced there, if it is one with that consciousness which you are referring to, then is it like God is looking into its creation as an object in the creation itself?
God is looking at himself appearing as if it is an object. Is that what you're saying?
For example, whatever perception,
Yes.
thought perception, the entire field of experiencing
Yes.
seems to happen through this body, like through the instrument of this body and mind.
Okay, just close your eyes and imagine a banana. Now, did you use the body?
Mind.
Mind is imagination. So use imagination.
So it seems that the entire field of experiencing
Yeah.
is happening through the instrument of body and mind. So is the perception of God limited to one small object in its creation itself?
It's just like saying that I'm experiencing this virtual reality through a helmet. The helmet that I put on. I'm experiencing it that. So am I limited to that helmet? Just this instrument is here. And many have reported of experiences outside of this. I'm experiencing it that. So am I limited to that helmet? Even in the instrument, you cannot find the person. Is the person sitting somewhere inside the body? Is there a separate entity sitting inside the virtual reality helmet? Only the voice it gives you. Now, for your next mission, go left, go right. Only the voice is there.
This question that I put was in relation to perceiving oneself as an object separate from itself, perceiving oneself as a subject separate from itself.
Let's make it simpler. Do you find any existence of a separate other?
Without the story that
Without the story, other does not exist. Therefore, other must be what? A story. If something cannot exist without a story, then that itself must be a story. So now, without this story, do you exist or not? That's all I'm saying. So if other doesn't exist, but you are still here, isn't that so wonderful? Maybe it's good I took this break because realizing the enormity of what we are saying, the sheer magnificence of it. Imagine having a conversation like this. Other does not exist, yes, I see it. But, but still, what about that subject and object paradigm? So, Azal doesn't exist, Ananta doesn't exist, and yet in this realm, this interaction is happening between who and who. Amazing. I'm sharing these words for the first time today. I'm feeling so joyful hearing. What? Azal doesn't exist.
But the urge is to go deeper into the inquiry.
Yes. Urge is there. Urge is there. But it's not Azal's.
It is the life which is present.
Yes. The sense of existence or life is present here. And who is aware of this?
Namaste,
That which
Father.
is aware of being. That which is aware of the urges, hearing within that. Hearing within, dancing to the tunes of these urges. You push urge number one and it'll start dancing, some Indian traditional. Urge number two, Western break dance or something. I'm not making light of the question. I'm just saying this one that is aware of it remains unconcerned.
Father.
The knowingness, this awareness remains unconcerned. Whatever the sensation, urges, constriction, whatever might be happening.
Father, like that there is a movement from and this limited to a small like identification from the body to the like the experience that I am something to I am that there is a movement happening.
Yes. That I'm not denying. Because what can happen is that with the reinforced belief over and over, it can seem like energetically I feel like I'm just something, a small entity. But even then, that which is aware of it does not diminish in size. It has no size. So you say that I am aware that this seeming movement is happening. But to that which is aware of the seeming movement, what is happening? Is that which is aware of the movement also moving in any way? Any movement happening to that? That for whom the entire waking state, going to sleep state, going to dream state, to sleep state, to waking state makes no difference. To that one, is any movement making any difference?
Father. Hello, Father. Hello, Father.
And as being someone, as you being someone who is awakened to the truth, is your experience of the consciousness similar to the experience of consciousness as I am?
There's only one I am. Therefore, it must be the same. The birthday girl is making fun of me as always. He says banana like an American, verb like an Indian. Interesting, lol. Just you wait, you cheeky one.
Hello, hello, Father. Father, namaste.
It's not working.
Hello, Father.
I think all the conditioning, all these civil laws, all that which obscure the truth can lose its power. How much clarity do I have to give as a truth? And how can I
You have to give up. This I that is asking how clear do I have to be itself is blocking the sun. Are you willing to give up?
I give up 100 times?
No, just once, properly. 100 times you give up, you pick it up, you give up, you pick it up. I feel I'm never going to say awareness and consciousness. I'm just going to say that you don't exist. No. If it could be defined, then it would not be that.
Some silly people answering the single of divine sometimes.
Give up.
I'm feeling this and this divine.
Yeah.
Because some things are changing and I'm feeling completely lost of interest in mind and in thoughts. Sometimes it seems a bit confusion. And this makes it very difficult for
Give
me.
up. Whatever the mind is saying, give up.
But this mind
Whatever the mind is
freedom.
saying.
Now I'm not interested in this. But I have interest in freedom, yes.
Whatever the mind is saying, give up. Now also.
I was listening.
Now also.
It was the point for me also.
Now also.
I feel just dead. I was not interested.
Dead means I don't exist. So did you stop existing?
Yes. Now there are awareness. I should try to understand why not me. If I notice I don't exist, and this I'm feeling like noise. Since the end of the retreat, and the big part of the retreat was like just noise. So, but just I feel that. Not like nothing, but not and someone was asking Guruji, but what about this joy and this rest? Sometimes it comes also this fear about something that is struggling with body.
Okay, next. In the next sentence, speak only what your presence is speaking without any mental interference.
I'm here.
I am here. Very beautiful already. That was presence or mind?
You find it plus mind. No, because it
No. Okay, next sentence. Speak only what the presence is speaking without any mental contamination. And if it's not speaking anything, then don't.
I am here. It's not nothing there. I don't find any consequence. Because I thought person don't exist. I thought person don't exist.
Resist the urge.
So funny.
Resist the urge to go to the mind. Resist the urge to go to the mind and make a report. See, the checker guy will constantly say, oh, this happened and now this is happening.
Without the part. I think she's gone.
Not a report.
So what am I saying?
Nothing. Just wait to see if intuition wants to say, if presence wants to say something, then use your mouth for that.
Intuition is what.
If
Oh, okay. Fine. Silence. are these illusions. How this is when I have blood, it burns in my body something. Like something is angry about this freedom. It is not me. I can.
Okay, give the reporter to me now. Reporter, you come here. I feel that the seeker is very dependent on the reporter. Addicted to our reporting. Don't report now. And I don't mean that you must keep them to yourself, the reports. I mean that don't believe any reports about yourself, because they are not about the truth. Yes. You ask.
So for the, it's like the only effort is.
It's okay.
So basically, only effort is to always bring back to your in this isness, because there is a tendency of mind having to get engaged with things. Like even if it is not engaged with thought, it is engaged with something. Like just watching some, and it's realized it's not in that, because it's even the mind is doing that activities where you always in mind field instead of being in that recognizing.
Be engaged in something.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. Engaged in, you mean not something mental?
Not mental, but it's like something even I discussed with you before also. Yesterday also I felt like just sitting and listening country music or something doing it's like means, and then I realized it was for 2-3 years. Then I realized, okay, is it like coming back to that presence or recognition? This was like there was no thought, but you are just enjoying recreation sort of thing. So is it or sadhana to bring back to?
Nothing wrong with it. This
Okay.
entire point of this creation is this. This creation is for recreation. As long as we are not believing something which is not true about ourselves, this whole Leela is a play, for playing only.
Yeah, because I can see that when thought come about personal identification, then inquiry comes with that. So is it sufficient, or you bring your attention back, like Maharaj says, to come back to I amness, which is like in this recognize. So is it like that's okay to continue whatever you are doing as long as you are not imagining something about you? Or second thing, you bring your attention back to this isness, the presence. So
Just leave any of this. Leave the question to me. And whatever is happening, let it happen. So because even in this, the seeker will try to come to some conclusion of what to do. You say that most of my day goes without much engaging with my thoughts, without much belief, just very, then it must be very peaceful also, irrespective of the activity which is coming. Then you can't really say that I suffered in some way yesterday, can you say? Because as long as you're not engaging with your thoughts, and just engagement is happening, you see, in fact, that is what the Buddhists call just mindfulness. When you're walking, you're just walking without engaging in thoughts.
something still saying, no, you have to be isness. You're not doing good. Yeah.
You can't lose the isness. You have to be something or you have to do something if it goes away unless you're doing it. You cannot lose your being. Your being only. Your being manifesting as all of this. Even when the seeming doing is happening, only being is doing it. The being cannot be lost. So, to stay in the presence I am is very helpful when we are very caught up in our mental ideas. But you say that all of those seem to have been left. I feel like some recreation, something is. What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
If anything gets picked up anyway, the sense of suffering, the sense of sensitivity will now be so much that you will not be able to hold on to it for long. Isn't it? That's the only desire. Before enlightenment, chopping wood, fetching water, what is it? Yeah, so carrying water. After enlightenment, chopping wood, carrying water. Before there was a sense that I, as an individual doer, am doing something. Now there is none of that. The appearance of that can continue or not. I feel like just to add two words to that, is before enlightenment, chopping wood, carrying water, and after enlightenment, chopping wood, carrying water, or not. Because the reverse can also be a thing, that I must go back to all the activities that I was doing before. Some activities can get dropped. For many, they do get dropped. For many, they can continue. What gets dropped is the idea that I am the doer of them.
Even the dropping is not practice.
Even the dropping is not a practice. It is the non-practicing of believing our thoughts. We discussed this, isn't it? That this is a non-practice of not believing our thoughts.
That's very beautiful to see this because it's like Guruji says so many times, don't be a stone Buddha, but the tendency of that is always you do something, you be in business or you, it's like somehow trying to engage with something and that itself creating a kind of one sort of practice by itself.
There is no hurry. Just enjoy that for a while. Today, I feel you must enjoy this that has been seen so clearly for all of you. Can we enjoy it today just like this, nothing else? Just enjoy this seeing that this that I always believed myself to be for so long does not exist, and I have seen this to be true. Isn't it amazing?
I'm feeling sometimes what is coming when I'm not so connected with my some side of my mind. So my mind is but yes, yesterday I was telling Gandhi here that I was feeling like something behind. Sometimes it comes this sensation I'm dead, and suddenly I came more behind, and something is observing also this kind of death or life. So I touched something so silent, and my mind was very confused after this. And yes, today I was going to my little mobile, and I was all the time. My mind was just talking with people, one shot and these things, and I was not there.
It's only about what you're picking up from the conveyor belt now.
I was not interested.
It's only about what you're picking up from the conveyor belt now. Some juicy thoughts will come.
Yeah. No, also
Then the thought will come saying, oh, look at how juicy the thoughts are. That is a juicier thought. The juicy thought comes. Then the thought itself as a report comes. Look at how juicy those thoughts are. Let that also go. Then the thought will come, oh, you're doing a very good job today. Not picking up anything. Let that also go. It's very simple actually if you keep it to the now. Your only job, if any we can say, is not to pick up what is there on the belt in front of you now. And that is not work. The picking up is the work. This is what you're saying. So the dropping is not a practice. The picking up is a practice. You got so used to practicing that we say, just stop, rest. Say, but that sounds like practice to me. How can it be that not engaging, not believing, how can that be the practice? Only if our natural state seems to be to pick up every plate. We say, stop. Oh, now you're making me work hard. It's just the withdrawal speaking. This is the withdrawal speaking. Saying, but this is too much work.
About the struggling body, seems inside trying to don't.
This is the dish in front of you now. This report is the dish in front of you now in the conveyor belt. Are you going to take it or let it go? There's no Maria. Isn't that great?
Yes.
Yes.
Makes my life even hell.
There's no Ananta, there's no Maria. And yet, this beautiful interaction is happening. This is the Maya, this is the Leela. One is playing with itself, as if it is separate like this.
And the IMS which is experiencing the intimacy with that body is the same as this body.
There's only one I am. All that exists of the other body is what is perceived here. Just like all that exists in a dream is what is perceived.
Even in the dream, in the consciousness of the sleeping person manifests the dream.
Consciousness of the sleeping person manifests the
Their
dream.
mind, whatever it is, whatever the element it is.
What is our experience? When sleep happens, is the experience that of a sleeping body?
I was referring to the experience of sleep.
No, but okay, then let me ask the question. When the sleep comes, is there an experience of a sleeping body? When the dream starts, okay, so dream starts. Now, is there an experience of a sleeping body and of the dream body? So, how is that dream separate from this, different from this?
The question was the dream appears to be experienced through the dream body. So in a way, the consciousness experience its manifestation.
Yeah.
For example, in the case of dream, as an object in the dream itself,
Yes.
as a dream body, the
Yes.
same way intimate than this body. Don't you feel that the body of Ananta is more intimate to you than the body of Satsang?
Yes, that's why I said the only thing that exists of the body of what is seen is what is perceived from here. Just like in the dream, if you had Ananta's body and you would see an other body sitting in front of you, you would find that all that exists of other's body is what is perceived from here. Is it?
But don't you see that this itself is a kind of contraction of consciousness?
This is only consciousness. I mean, what is the contraction in that? All there is just this. Even the contraction is only within this. You see?
But as you said that God does not need a thought to do action, why does God need a body to experience its creation?
It doesn't need a body to experience creation. It's just that this creation is designed in such a way by God that it seems like it does. Because in the dream, you're not in the dream body, isn't it? It just seems like you are. So it doesn't need that dream body. You had experiences also where you're watching the entire play from a distance or no?
Dreams can also come in another body.
Yeah. Many times that it can seem like the camera switches in a dream. You see? Like our body is seen from outside and you can see the whole scene playing out.
Also,
And you're
body
watching.
also switches.
Body also switches, yes. The good news is Azar does not exist.
I already opened champagne for that 1 year ago.
That's because Azar opened it. Joking. He had this big smile and suddenly. Why?
Truly, because it is the urge here to experience that I, as a being, also does not exist.
Yes. Okay. So who will take care of that urge? Who will take care of that urge? If the urge has come, it is coming to who and who has to take care of it? There is no other, either way.
So, when sometimes it happens, it's just, for example, the sense that like there is just totality and there is no sense of
Yeah.
existence.
Let the one to whom the urge is appearing to take care of that urge.
So this burden of existence is only for the person.
Burden?
The burden of existence is only for
Is
the
it a
person.
burden? Oh, that's exactly. You're also saying what I'm saying. The seeming burden of existence is only for the imagined one. Is that what you're saying? Yes. That's the funniest thing, isn't it? The one that doesn't exist is saying, I'm so burdened. I'm carrying such a burden of this life. The funniest thing is that he cannot find you, but you are carrying the burden of this life. When you look at our mind, what are you carrying? I can't even find you. What could you be carrying?
So it is a false belief that the consciousness of the God needs to identify as a person to run this play as a person.
Yes. To play as a person, of course, it has to identify with the person. The play, you mean the roles that can just naturally come, yes. You don't need to truly believe. Just like with your children, you could be playing, saying, okay, I'll be a doctor, you'll be a patient.
Father, I was like experimenting with the presence.
You were experimenting with the present. Oh, there's some long chat.
Sorry,
They're probably saying, we also hear.
Gopal is also still.
Gopala is still on the hot. He's been on the hot seat for 2 hours. But you know, Gopala doesn't exist.
But Shivani exists. It's her birthday.
Gopala is so easily distracted. What do I do? The non-existent one is easily distracted.
It's her birthday. Happy birthday.
That's why I wanted to come on the hot seat.
Dennis has vanished because of her. Dennis has vanished because of Shivani.
Let me put up her photo in full view. You're happy?
Dennis has vanished because of Shivani. He vanished almost. That's his report, sir. He vanished.
This is the answer.
Now I know why I kept him waiting for 2 hours.
It's a joke. But I'm not so distracted.
I know. Now you're not. Yes.
I think so.
The original question still has some power or it's gone?
It's like,
Sorry,
it's all answered. It's all answered. It's easy. Freedom is so easy.
Yeah.
But it's living the freedom. That's why I looked at Azhar. The conditioning,
Now Azhar will answer.
the distraction.
Its freedom is very easy, but this is living the freedom is difficult. How you answer? From what you see, you answer. To him. You answer from what you see, you answer to him. I know the answer is there. He's not interested in any answer.
Distracted. It's a birthday girl. Birthday.
It's a good thing you don't exist.
Yeah.
This is it. Okay. Okay, so suppose Shivani is the mind, okay? Both of us are here. Sorry, Shivani, I'm just joking. Is it hard work?
No, it's not. Many of those are.
I'm always there.
Yeah. The vastness has taken a point of offense, and there's a play acting going on.
Who's that important for? The vastness is taken a point of reference and it's play acting as a person. Who's concerned about it?
The habit, the habitual,
Whose habit?
the mind's habit.
Mind is only thought.
Pretend person. The role we play.
So stop now. All that is important is you don't pick up this dish in front of you on the conveyor belt of thoughts.
But you say even a master is can
Don't pick up this one.
Rama cries.
Why you want to cry?
Lost.
Don't pick up this one.
The conditioning is there. Can I be numb to a relationship with my children? I don't know. The seeming that there is no vastness doesn't have anything except itself. There's no point of difference in it. Then let's see habit of a separate sense of self.
Does it have any tangible reality?
The habit of keeping this steady fellow here. The sense of separateness, sense of separate self.
It cannot survive now.
It cannot survive now. It's not surviving now.
Yeah.
But it survives when in play, in the role play.
So stop playing.
It's a hard game, in fact.
So stop playing. If we're done with the play, then stop.
Fear, gripful fear.
Okay. The only choice is to pick up your next thought or not. To pick up the next dish or not.
Like in a battle, Kurukshetra battle, at that moment, it's terrible. It's not a joke. That was a play. That was a play, right?
In the space in which the battle of Kurukshetra happened, did something happen to that space?
It's true. We do not. I mean, like it's image.
So that space, it is not even a joke.
It's not even a joke, yes. We haven't reached there.
Who hasn't reached there?
Yes, but
yes, but this but, you know.
This but, yes. That spaciousness that I didn't. The spaciousness, the permanency in being there as spaciousness. Nothing else but the space.
Okay, come now. Come to the now.
It's always here.
Come to the now. Now. Don't give yourself time to think. Come now.
It's so easily had from here.
Don't report on it.
Not even
Don't report on it. No story, no interpretation, no report, nothing.
Yes. Nothing but see that. Yes.
The story is gone. Have you also gone with it? If the story is gone, have you also gone?
The story is gone, nothing is there.
If the story is gone, you are not here?
Yeah. Absolute sense.
Okay. No. Are you here or not?
Yes, absolutely.
So this that is here, is there something missing for this one? The going of the story.
It's so complete.
It's so complete.
So full of peace and bliss. And
so full of peace, bliss already. Why do you need story?
How to live?
You are living or no?
Can you do the acting for me?
Yes. Okay, deal.
Deal?
Deal. You keep your eyes on me, I do the acting for you. Deal.
All my role.
I'll do it. Sure. You don't move your eyes, I'll play all your roles.
Okay. I'll hand it over to you.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, whether birthday girl or not. You keep your eyes on me. And I will do all your life.
Okay. It's okay. So easy. Man.
Oh, the burger girl got upset and left. Okay, I'll have to. She's back.
She's with her husband.
There is. Okay, let me just randomly read some chat. Aparna, now there are two Aparnas now. So Aparna from the US says, Father, I have fear that I am going to become a sadhu. You don't exist. Well, she already said that. See, she said, I know this comes to Aparna and she is not there, but at your feet. It's so simple like this, no? One day we said that we will not say I, we will say God. But still, so she says, but still I don't want to be a sadhu, which means, but still God doesn't want to be a sadhu. So if God doesn't want to be a sadhu, God won't be. Nobody can make God do anything. As long as we're not inventing the aparna, there is no trouble. All is God's will. And if God doesn't want to play as a sadhu, God won't.
Sorry, like I thought my mind was fine, but so restless. I was, and suddenly I was perceiving because many times I laugh about this distraction. I was feeling that how I am perhaps attached to my ex-partner because for many years this thing about I must fix my family, save the others, sacrifice myself, like the savior in the day, right? And this is falling. But my ex-partner, that became my friend, I feel him as having for me a kind of unconditional love. And he's older than me, and for near than 20 years he was supporting me when I was relations with family, with friends. He was into IPP, supporting me. And he is not interested in Satsang, he's supporting me for being here. Yeah. Because by intuition, I found he has a kind of very intuitive heart and he perceives that I'm searching for what is right for me. And I feel like he is waiting for me. And he's older than me, I'm not so young. There are these things I must be free for. And there are a need of love, of desire of love.
Yes, but this I is who?
It's that it's my I, the I who wants to love.
Yeah, any I is who?
Now that I suppose something is just more calm, I'm not getting what.
Who are you?
What's coming is yes, about what I'm not in connection with some other.
Yes. Yes. You are not.
Because I was catching this, I must need this idea of a connection with God that began with my father.
So you see, you're not that. You're not
yes,
that. Okay, then.
Yes.
Then who are you?
Also catch me, because if I am to that,
if you're not that, leave it.
There are these.
If you're not that, leave it. Then what are you?
Yes, I'm not him also as a person because we can be the same as the self, but we are connected, but not in this idea of also the other as a person.
Okay, so you're not him also then.
It's necessary to let go also this, because sometimes it's painful.
Yes, but who are you?
It's coming what I am not. I'm not this person who can love somebody.
Yes, okay, you're not this person. Then who are you?
Silence. That I touched yesterday and.
Who touched? Who touched the silence? Who is that?
Awareness. something that is also attractive for the silence. Awareness.
You say, who are you?
I feel like the silence that is pushing me, calling me, and it's me, and my
Are there two of you? Me calling the me?
now was my interpreting.
So leave all interpretations and check for yourself.
Just there. So how I feel what I am.
Yes, yes. So this I, what is this one saying? Let's look at while you wait for something to come. Prachi says, Father, I feel that unless one realizes the truth, one cannot stop believing the next thought. There's something in this. There's something in what you say. Because don't believe your next thought is the most useless personal strategy. So if there's a sense that I personally will get to some point, if I don't believe my next thought, it won't work. Don't believe your next thought starts with this scene that right now there is no bondage. Right now there is no person. I am free here now. The only way I can pretend to be bound is believing my next thought. But if we attach don't believe your next thought also to this personal identity, I'm just not believing my next thought. I'm just not believing my next thought. You see, then there's a personal sense of this, which is trying to get some freedom by not believing your next thought. So there must be this sense of checking the recognition, which is unmissable actually. Because right now in this moment there is no suffering. But the way I can get misery is to believe my next thought. So this is good what you say. Also, Anilji says, Father, lots of posting are there in the group saying Brahman is the world. What does it mean? Is this experience must before one completes the journey? As Guruji says, the one that started the journey will not complete the journey. It is the one that is trying hard now to hang on. The Brahman is the world only means I am the world. So simple. Because we see this. What is the world? Is it separate from I am? This is what we are going together with Azhar. So I, Brahman, playing as I amness consciousness, God, is the world. I am the world. Right now, there is no separation between your existence and the world. Yes. First, we say the world is unreal. Naturally, this is the movement which happens, which is to see that this nature of this existence is not my reality. My reality is that which is untouched by any of this appearance. And that from only from that perspective of the reality which is untouched and unconcerned by the appearance, can we say that the world is unreal. We can never say it as a participant in the world. So once this becomes our experience, that in reality I remain untouched by any of this appearance which is coming and going. So once it is seen what I am, then it is natural for us to feel that this world is unreal, like the dream. Yet it is seen that the dream is made up of nothing else but I amness. I, playing as I am, encompasses this entire realm, the world. So see then how this world becomes one with me. This is what we just explained. So maybe you type that before I explain. You see, but I as awareness does not participate. But it is only I which am. It is not something else which is being. Then how I becomes am. When you wake up in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, I doesn't become am. It gives birth to an aspect of itself which is amming, which is being. Because the I as the unconcerned witnessing has not changed. And yet it is the same I which am. These words will make no sense to the mind. It is the same I which am, because that's why we say I am. To the innocent, they'll make complete sense. question is, then the witness is one. Depends on which witness you're talking about. That which is the seeming perceiver of phenomenal perception, the taster of what the senses are bringing. We're talking about the taster of what the senses are bringing. Then it is the being. But even the being is what? Is awareness alone. So that, therefore, the one that is aware of being, that which witnesses even being, that is the ultimate witness. But that which is the taster of phenomenal experiences is being itself. And I said it is I am. Therefore, they are not two. So if there is phenomenal perceiver, then how it is one with the final witness? Because I've been saying I am. There are not two of me. There is the I, which is being. And this I is the seeing. Prior to sight, prior to phenomenal seeing. There is a seeing which knows even sight. That I is not coming and going. But it is the same I which is, which am, which is being. They're not two. The same I is functioning as if it is being, without letting go of any of its true nature of knowingness, of seeingness. Just check these things for yourself. Don't try to make sense of them. If you try to make sense of them, it will only sound like nonsense. Get a sense for them, but don't try to make sense of them. You see, there's a big difference between that. When we try to make sense of something, then we're trying to just mentally understand something. When we're trying to get a sense of it. What is he pointing? Who is witnessing? Who is aware of even being? Is that separate from being? Or is it I am? These words, if you try to make sense of them, they're nonsense. But if you try to get a sense for them, sense of them, then that is the true use of pointers. One sec, just before, let me finish this last question. So if there's a phenomenal perceiver, then how is it one with the final witness? That's what I'm saying. I am phenomenally perceiving. It's the one I which exists prior to I am itself. And the same I is being. It's not separate, which is now playing as the perceiver of that which is phenomenal. I am phenomenally perceiving, not another. Therefore, this is one.
When I don't know, when you start talking like that, it becomes very mental. But when the question is, am I aware of do I exist? It's very clear. Then start differentiating. And the mind comes up there. It's like, am I this stage or that stage or where am I exactly?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, that there is no differentiation.
Right.
Except that qualitatively it appears the only difference that we are talking about is the difference between sleep state and waking state. You went to sleep and you woke up. This I remains unchanged.
Yes, there's
And let the mind come and resist and fight. It's powerless in front of this kind of language. Because it will not get it.
I guess it's the mind or the secret trying to figure out what to do with it.
Yes. You can't do anything with it.
Just listening like music.
It is not that there was an I and then there was a you am. Let me make it even more confusing for the mind. It was not that there was an I and then when waking state it became you am. It is always still I am. So the I remained constant. As Bhagwan said, it is I playing as I. How is that for the mind? You see, it is the I which is then playing as I am or I. It is playing. It is not you now. It is still one, the I. The one seeing, which is continuous, then appears to become the one being and yet remains the I, which is the one seeing.
Is there some checking in that I need to do with this?
You're already checking that. That's why I'm playing like this. It is, you're checking that you are aware. Isn't it? Yeah. It's as simple as that. Who is aware? Yeah. So this I, what does this I look like? The I that is aware, what attribute does it have? Nothing. Only that much needs to be checked. Only that much needs to be checked, if at all. Only that much needs to be checked. It has been.
And it does have it? Except for the person.
There is no I with real attributes. So all the attributes to I are imagined, are believed. Dislikes, you just are.
Can't explain it. It's very clear, but,
Yes.
but it's like in the background. I guess there's that secret trying to make sense. So
Yeah.
Why then talk about I am versus I or I versus I?
Because if it was just I, we can say that there is only I and nothing ever happened. If it is our experience, then nothing ever happened to me. The waking state came, but nothing happened to me. Sleep state came, but nothing happened to me. Dreams came, but nothing happened to me. Then we can say nothing has ever really happened. So there comes a point where nothing needs to be said. Not even nothing has ever really happened needs to be said. But it depends on what beliefs we are carrying about ourselves. Because for those who are deeply embedded in the beliefs of personhood, if I say nothing has really happened, and they just came after a big fight with their girlfriend or something, say, what rubbish is this? I just had such a terrible time. in my life, and he's saying nothing really happened. That's level confusion. But if you're seeing that I am this awareness which remains untouched, doesn't need any words, then no trouble. Just be a little careful about the one that is saying that I have some trouble with some words. But that which is unconcerned, then words or no words should make no difference.
Yeah, it still has a strong energy.
That
Which is observed.
this one starts to fade away, even energetically. Or maybe we can say that energetically it was always like a tiny insect, but it only seemed to be big. Now our vision is becoming clearer and clearer, so it's not seeming so strong now. Drop the one that is trying to understand it, then we have more fun. Yeah.
That was. I don't know where this is coming from. Seeker. There's an understanding before that even the wish for the energy to diminish is also just
Yes,
another
exactly.
aspect of the seeker.
Exactly. Exactly. It's very good to check this. The same checker guy will say, oh, but this energy is still there. Therefore, you must still be a person. No. There never was a person and there never will be. Just because the constriction is there, just because some thoughts are there, doesn't make a person out of you.
No matter how bad your conditioning is.
Yes. It's just a set of bad beliefs. It doesn't make you that which you're believing yourself to be. Then you say, once I am realizes that it is I, then why bother about I am, which is perishable? Who's bothered? Only within I am can we say these kind of things. Only within consciousness. Consciousness speaks and says, why bother with consciousness? Well, awareness is not bothered.
Bhagwan, I'm back in the
God
hangout.
is not bothering himself.
Bhagwan,
So
I'm
who's
back
bothering
in
him?
the. Bhagwan, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Bhagwan? Can you hear me?
We don't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, little bit sound came.
Okay, okay.
But it's not, it's coming from my computer. I'm going to disconnect this speaker. We've gone back to the primitive days where it was just me and the computer. Okay, let's hear now if you can hear something.
Bhagwan, actually, this confusion is coming from Nisargadatta Maharaj.
No,
Are you able to hear me?
The output also has to be changed. Okay, try now.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Bhagwan, my experience does not require any clarification. I'm contented, complete, no problem. But the problem is Nisargadatta Maharaj. This Nisargadatta Maharaj says that he has seen the dissolution of the universes and the bodies and everything. If he has a cancer in the body, let consciousness, bother about it. Uh, whatever is happening, whatever experience is happening, is all happening in the play of the consciousness. I am beyond consciousness, and I don't care what the consciousness is doing. So here the confusion comes. So if he is
Go with your own experience. Masters have said all kinds of things which are contradictory. You use whatever resonates with you and use it to see the truth for yourself. You say that in my experience, there is no confusion left. Now, the problem is what Maharaj is saying. How can it be? Maharaj could be talking to anyone, it could be just a different type of question answer session, he could be just having fun. Believe it.
okay, fine. So this is answered. Second thing is that you know, no guru talks about once you have to the truth, you have glimpsed the truth, then what happens afterwards? Nobody talks, even including you. Nobody talks. A little bit actually, Maharaj talks, but other than Maharaj, nobody talks. So the thing is that when I asked Bhagwan Muji 3 years back, now what next? He said no next. Then I said, but I is still there. Why don't you cut it? He said it will evaporate like a camphor. Okay, but he said don't touch I and just be silent. But after that, I started having lot of panic attacks, and my whole attention was on my body, mind, fear, and everything. I just could not remain as a witness. By grace, I'm back now on this path. So the thing is, I have a glimpse. But if you read Advaita and other things, then they say that I am Brahman is still a glimpse from the consciousness that it is Brahman. Okay, then I am has to dissolve because the Brahman is not saying I am Brahman. So this I am has to drop when only the Brahman remains in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and then whatever the God spits out, whatever the residue it spits out for you to remain active in the world, and sometimes it is a compassion, like for you, it is a compassion to teach. Maybe for Bhagwan Muji, it's a compassion to teach. Some only have to do some seva. So whatever is the residue which comes out of the nirvikal samadhi after dissolution, that is the way you live the life. Because the mind does not really extinguish totally 100%. Now this experience is not there. This experience is not there. Then once you come back, like for you, you have a compassion, right? You want to be a teacher. Already people, in fact, they smell your fragrance. They call you father, and this kind of love. The love, the understanding which has to actually convert into the love, as you see everybody as one, not apart from you. This experience is not there. So how will this experience come? That means there is still to be done. I cannot just be happy like, okay, I have seen the truth now, I have awakened, and that's it. No, actually, because there is still an urge to go.
Okay, so I feel to say something about this. I don't feel actually it is true that we don't speak about once the glimpse of the truth is seen, then what next? Because especially in the last few months where you've been there, I've been sharing this, that the recognition of the truth The seeing of the truth of what you are is not necessarily the predominant end of the conditioning. Full in the dissolution of conditioning, it doesn't necessarily mean that if the truth has been witnessed, if the recognition or an awakening experience has happened, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is the end of conditioning. So, what is it that leads to the end of conditioning? So only what is the for that we have to understand what is the meaning of conditioning. What is it that leads to the end of conditioning? So where are these conditions? These conditions are just ideas that we've attached to the presence of being. Now what happens is that as these ideas are being dropped, I've been talking about diet. You don't have to, when you're on a diet, you don't have to specifically say, today I will focus on the food that I ate 3 days ago. Today I will focus on the food I had yesterday. When you're dieting, when you're not picking up new food, then all that has to be burnt from the past is also getting burnt on its own. So as you're not buying any thoughts about Anil and attaching them to the pure presence I am, then all the previous conditioning will also take care of itself. And as this conditioning is dissolving, and you are not buying any ideas about yourselves, then you will find that this sense of amness also seems to become more and more transparent. I know it seems to be heavier when it has a lot of ideas attached to it, but as they are dropping now, including the ideas that I haven't got this, I should get this, and then I will be free. This is what this one says, this is what that one says, and then I will give myself the freedom certificate. Drop all these ideas because they're just attachments to the pure presence. And as you rid yourself from all of these concepts, you will come to this point where you see that the I amness is very transparent, very light. It's like this contact lens which you can't even feel, and yet you know that it exists. Rushing. I want this. It's been so long and I haven't got this. Just allow yourself now to not go with that urge to pick up from the conveyor belt of thoughts. Just now. And then this diet of dumping of conditioning, you will find that it is thinning out in the sense of oneness. Just seems like an auxiliary. From this point on, any amount of trying or trying to mentally understand it or any amount of conceptual frameworks, any amount of truth seeking in scriptures or in various masters' words, none of that is going to really help. Because your openness, your nakedness. Don't try to cover yourself up with any ideas. For some of us, some fear can come, some anxiety can come about this. Remaining still in this way is very uncomfortable for the mind. It wants to come with a but then one day, if you allow this mind to just come and go, one day you'll find that your mouth is just being used by the presence itself. And then you will find that there is a great fragrance of love and peace that emanates from you. Just give up all your trying and efforts. Allow this mind to come and go. The one being, one presence that speaks from here, therefore is not different in any way. I look forward to hearing the same words which you share, but accompanied by the fragrance of love, peace, and joy.
Bhagwan, I just have a small query. Like for almost 20 years, I'm on anti-anxiety medicines. So they are keeping a lot of things under the carpet. So the suppressed energies which should come out in the process, they are not coming out. Uh, as soon as I reduce the medicines, havoc happens. It's almost like a tandav, Shiva tandav. That is what happens. Totally uncontrolled energies. So I have this doubt uh, whether I should continue to keep them suppressed with the medicines, or I should take a plunge and slowly, taper off the medicines and let the suppressed energies come out. But it will be hell. It will really be hell. So what should I do?
Having some experience of this in my life also, I can say that there is no reason to subject yourself to any type of hell. There will come a day with my Master's grace where maybe these anxious thoughts, anxious ideas, anxious energies will be allowed to be released, but there's no rush to play with that now. See, because here you're coming to more and more recognition, more and more insights about who you are. We don't have to add another factor into this and say, okay, let me now also deal with these suppressed energies. No, you come to this seeing and this dissolution of as much conditioning as possible. And then grace will unfold in this way also when it is meant to. So for now, the feeling is to say that don't necessarily be in a rush to taper off or to feel I don't need this or whatever. In fact, I would say that just whatever your wife says you do that in terms of your medicine.
Okay, she says don't take pangas. She says don't take panga.
Don't take panga, yes. It sounds like a good.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Bhagavan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your grace, Bhagavan's grace. Thank you.
Okay, a couple of last questions. It's been 3 hours and when I said, Father, should I keep doing what I do but not get attached? Let the doing happen on its own, as it has been. Don't pick up the presumed doer. That much is enough. And you can only presume yourself to be the doer if you're believing some thoughts. And then Rajni said, Father, some clarification. For one to stay as the witness or touch and believe the next thought is also happening by grace. Yes. That's the truth. It's all grace actually. That's why Bhagavan had this very beautiful answer to this. As long as there is a sense that I have some choice. See, because what happens in our life, especially in Advaita, is that very quickly we pick up the idea of non-doership or spiritual instruction or the simple pointing. But in the rest of our life, we go about pretending as if we are the doer, believing strongly that we are the doer. See? So as long as this sense of being a choice maker or the doer exists for us, then we must make the choice not to go along with our thoughts. Bhagavan said this. And then one day it will be seen that even this choice was only grace. So as long as there seems like there's a choice I can make about anything, about typing my next question, about what I'm eating for lunch or dinner, then make the choice not to believe your thoughts, your next thought. When all sense of doership and choice dissolves, then it will be seen that everything always happened only by grace, because only God is here. Therefore, all that happens is His grace. Love you too, my dear. Thank you. Thank you also very much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Muji Ji ki Jai.
Jai.
Right. Thank you, Krishna, for moderating today. Thank you very much. You can end the broadcast now.